Algebra Word Problems, number 31A, Write, Solve Equations for Inequalities, Part 1. We've learned that an equation has an equal sign, and what is ever on one side of the equal sign balances and is the same as the other side of the equal sign. 5 is the same as 2 plus 3. That's an equation, okay? Well, in an inequality, it's a statement that two quantities are not equal. And there's 5 comparison symbols that are used with inequalities. This means is less than. So x is less than 9. This means greater than. X is greater than 4. This means is less than or equal to. X is less than or equal to 5. Greater than or equal to. X is greater than or equal to -3. This means is not equal to. X is not equal to 7. In any inequality, the variable can be any value that makes the inequality true. So it could have many different answers that would make it true, right? So if 6 is added to the number n, the sum is greater than 10. So we think if 6 is added to the number n, we need to add 6 to the n, 6 plus n. And if the sum means the answer, right here, the sum, that's the answer in addition, is greater than 10, that means we need to put a greater than sign and a 10. And now all we need to do is subtract 6 from each side to get the variable alone like we always do. This becomes a 0 pair, and now we've got n is greater than 4, and that's our solution. If 8 is subtracted from 3 times a number m, the difference is less than or equal to 4. So we think, if 8 is subtracted from 3 times a number m, that means we need to take 8 away from 3m, 3 times m. So we've got 3m minus 8. The difference means the subtraction answer is less than or equal to 4. So 3m minus 8 is less than or equal to 4. Now all we have to do is add 8 to each side to get the 3m alone and isolate it so that we can eventually get the m alone. And we take away 8, or we add 8 and we add 8. And because we had a -8 and we add a +8, that becomes a 0 pair, and now these are gone. And now we've got 3m is less than or equal to 12. We can divide each side by 3 to totally isolate the m. This becomes a 1, and we discard it. And now we have m is less than or equal to 4. See? So just remember, when we were doing multiplication, 3m means multiply. We just divide to isolate the m because that's the inverse operation. Let's try this one. Bob works at a poster shop. You know, posters are big printed pictures. He will be paid $75 plus an extra $1.50 for each large poster he sells. So he's going to be paid $75 for the day plus an extra $1.50 for each large poster he sells. And his goal is to earn at least $125 today. So how many posters must he sell to reach his goal? He's going to make the $75 today plus $1.50 for each extra poster he sells, large ones. So n is going to be the number of posters. So we think he'll be paid $75 and then he's going to be paid $1.50 for each large poster he sells. So then our equation becomes 75 plus $1.50 times the number of posters he sells, n, is going to be greater than or equal to $125 because that's his goal, $125. So all we have to do is subtract 75 from each side because we want to isolate the n, and now this becomes a 0 pair that we can discard. Plus 75 minus 75 is 0. Now we've got $1.50 n is greater than or equal to 50. So now we need to divide both sides by 150 to isolate this n so it's completely by itself, and because this means multiplication, we're going to divide both sides by 150. So now we created a 1, that's 1n, and 50 divided by 150, I had to move the decimal places over, and it became 33.3 or 33 1/3. Now he can't sell 1/3 of a poster, so he needs to sell 34 posters to make at least $125. See? If he only sold 33, he might be at like $124, like $1 short. So he would have to sell 33 1/3, so that's going to push him to 34 posters to make his $125. He'll probably make a couple pennies more than $125, but at least he'll have made that mark, okay? I'm going to make another video about inequality equations and word problems, and I hope they're helping you, and I'll see you there. Bye.